Denise, and welcome to another installment of DB3's Risk It or Not. For many small businesses, hiring their first employee is very intimidating and challenging. And I know many small businesses out there have already tackled this challenge, and you have staffed your workforce to help you manage your business. But you're still facing one of the biggest challenges that small businesses are facing during this coronavirus pandemic. And that's figuring out the right way or the strategies to get your employees to return to work, or it can even be to get them to accept some of the changes that you had to implement to pivot your business. So since the first round of the payroll protection program, or the PPP, I have heard from many business owners about their frustrations on getting employees to return to work. And many business owners are assuming that their employees are unwilling to return to work because they're earning more money on unemployment than if they actually return to work. Granted, that could be the case for many, but I'm going to reflect back on a video I put out a couple of weeks ago that asked you, are you truly identifying the right problem? Because let's be honest with each other. Many of you had employees that were already checked out or disengaged well before the pandemic. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what other small businesses are doing or have done to ensure ongoing employee engagement, even in the midst of this type of dilemma. But first, let's take a look at what does it mean to have an engaged employee. Well, an engaged employee is someone who is fully absorbed by and enthusiastic about the work that they contribute to their organization. But a disengaged employee is someone who does the complete opposite, and they pretty much give you the bare minimum. So there have been so many studies that have been done on the benefits of employee engagement. And nearly all of those studies confirm that engaged employees not only improve your productivity, but it also increases an employee's commitment and loyalty to their employer. So having employee engagement in your business is going to help you to reduce employee turnover, and most important, reduce the costs associated with recruiting, hiring, and training new employees. If you fail to focus on employee engagement in your business, you're going to eventually see a drop in productivity. And that drop in productivity is going to have a negative impact to your bottom line because you do not have the workforce needed to meet the needs of your clients. So what can you do? Well, when I took a look at some of the businesses that were not facing this dilemma, the thing that I saw that they had in common was that they created positive policies about their culture and their employees. So I'm going to suggest that you focus on your business strategies and your employee procedures. And I know that we have some small businesses out there that have not even thought about it. Maybe you don't have employees yet, so you don't have an employee procedure. But this is a good time now to go ahead and think about what that would look like for your company and create an employee policy and other business strategies that are in alignment with that. For those small businesses that have already done so, let's break out what should be included in those policies and strategies. The first thing I'm going to recommend is that you create a clear line of communication. So disengaged employees often feel unvalued and unappreciated. And so by creating this clear line of communication, you are allowing your employees to provide feedback on anything related to their jobs. So this can include processes and policies about grievances they may have, how you communicate employee feedback, or even you providing clarification to your employees on job expectations. I've known some people try to tackle that by just putting up an informational board or an employee bulletin in a lunchroom. That is not going to be sufficient to increasing your employee engagement. You need to take further action. So that brings me to point 2, is that you want to create opportunities for your employees to engage with others in your company. So granted, I'm talking mostly to small businesses, right? You may not have multiple departments, but if you have a couple of employees, maybe 20 or 50 employees, you have different employees providing different responsibilities and roles. A lot of times small business people only try to put people in certain roles and limit them to that. And that's where you get disengagement of your employees, because they have no clue of what's going on with the other side of the house. So you can create these opportunities by bridging the gap, by allowing an employee to shadow another employee that's serving a different role, maybe hosting company lunches, even doing cross-functional team events, just so they can see what other employees are doing and see the whole picture of your vision. This can improve employee morale more than you think, because that allows employees to see your commitment and allowing them to see and be exposed to your operations. And it also allows them to see the potential to maybe advance into another area that they hadn't considered before. My last point on what you can probably do when you're looking at your policies and your business strategies is to try to create a culture of acknowledgement. So this is a two-pronged approach when I say a culture of acknowledgement. The first one is you want to have recognition of your employees. So when they do a great job, whether you're giving them a verbal "data girl" or "attaboy," or if you want to do something more visual for other employees to see that recognition by creating an employee spotlight of the week, employee of the month, or if you have it in your budget, have an employee incentive program for good work. So regardless of what you decide to implement, those items or suggestions I'm making are really great things to do because employees want to feel appreciated. But the second side of that culture of acknowledgement is to actually engage with your staff. So you want to acknowledge them as a person, not just an employee of your company, which means you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone if you haven't done this. But try to share with them common interests that you may have with them. Get to know them. What are their personal goals? What are their career goals? Talk about things more than just outside of the shift that they're working for you and the responsibilities assigned to them, about them as a person. And those things are great because not only does it allow your employees to trust you more, but they begin to feel more valuable and they begin to feel that they're a part of your company. So I hope you understand that employee engagement is not something that should be taken lightly in your business. You need to take action as the business owner. Hence, every suggestion I just gave you started with one key action word, which was create. You have created the vision and the business you wanted. Now go and create the solutions and the culture that you need to keep your employees engaged so you can create the type of workforce that your employees are willing to be loyal and committed to and provide the services needed. I want to thank you for tuning in this week. It's really short. I did provide some additional resources in the general description. I hope you check those out. But as always, if you like the video, you know what to do. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe most importantly. And I'll see you next week. Take care.